So have a nice comfortable position. You can sit in Sukhasana, which is just with your legs crossed. But you don't have to. You could even sit in the couch for the beginning if that's what works for you, or have your legs outstretched. But most importantly, just sit up tall and bring your awareness to the line that runs from the crown of your head right down to the tail of your spine, and just check that it's nice and long and you're lengthening up through the torso. So gently close down the eyes as you take a deep breath in and out. Just roll the shoulders back and down. And then on the next breath in, take a deep breath in, and this time exhale through the mouth, let it all out. Relaxing down the shoulders. We're going to do that 3 more times. So breathe in through the nose, out through the mouth. Releasing the tension 2 more times. In through the nose and out through the mouth. In through the nose and finally out through the mouth. Just bow the head and just think what your intention for this class is going to be. I won't give you one today. Think of something that works for you, whether you intend to be your own teacher, focus on the breath, what feelings of gratitude, anything that you would like, your intention for the class. So just keep the head bent, the eyes closed. Feel the nice stretch along the back of the neck, top of the back. Breathing normally. And then on the next inhale, lift up the head, open the eyes. Just check you're still sitting in a nice straight posture. And we're going to start on the inhale. So just going to lift the left hand, reaching up. Exhale, bringing down. With the right hand, inhale, reaching up. Exhale, down. Now with both hands, inhale, can I put the hands behind the ears before they reach up? Nice straight back, and as you exhale, you're going to twist round to the right, bringing the left hand to the right knee. And we'll stay here for a few breaths. Inhale, lengthening upwards. And exhale, twisting some more. Check you don't strain your neck. You can turn your neck and look over your shoulder, but only if it's comfortable. And on the next inhale, come back to center. We'll start again, but with the right arm, so raising the right arm up to the ceiling and exhaling down. Inhale, left arm up to the ceiling. Exhale down. Then with both arms, inhale, reaching up. Exhale, twisting round to the left. So one hand will be on your right hand, will be on your left knee, and your left hand behind you. And with every inhale, lengthen. Exhale, squeeze the stomach muscles in. twisting round. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, twist. So inhale, come back to center, and we're just going to come onto our hands and knees. So just bring the feet to the side and come on up. So we're going to start in tabletop, nice firm base, spread the fingers, wrists directly underneath the shoulders, knees underneath the hips, pushing the tops of the feet into the floor, pushing out of the wrists. And we're going to start just by kind of switching everything on. So tuck the toes under. We're not going to go up into downward dog. We're just going to lift the knees up and hover. Just lifting up. You'll feel your core switched on. Keep it tight. Don't collapse. We're just going to stay here for 2 more breaths. And then bring the knees down. Untuck the toes. You might want to give your wrists, depends what your wrists are like. Some people find that's quite a lot of pressure, so give them a shake. Then we're going to just do some cat and cow. So drop the belly, opening up the chest, looking up. Exhale, tucking the tailbone in, pushing the back up to the ceiling. We're going to do 2 more cycles, dropping the belly, looking up, reverse tailbone in, pushing your back up to the ceiling. Last time, belly down as you inhale, looking up, exhale, tuck the tailbone in, pushing upwards. We're going to go back into that hover position again, just kind of upping the energy levels. So tuck the toes under, and as you inhale, push up. Just nice hover. Feel the energy reminding you of that feeling of what it is to be alive as everything kind of switches on. Keeping the shoulders down and relaxed. And then slowly bring the knees down and untuck the toes. From here, we're going to come into puppy pose. So it's like child's pose, but we're not going to sink the hips back. I'm going to leave the hips where they are. Walk the hands out in front. And then drop the forehead to the floor. Sorry for laughing, but I just realised when I put my hands on the floor that it needs sweeping. Sorry, ignore me. So hands out, and feel the chest and the heart sinking down towards the floor. Leaving the hips up. Stretching out the back. And you can stay here if you would like. You can turn the face and look forward, put your chin on the floor, and that will increase the stretch on the back. Try and relax the legs, relax the feet. So you're really opening up the shoulders here. So from here, come up onto your forearms, and then you're just going to move the body down so that your hips are on the floor. Your elbows are directly underneath your shoulders. Feet maybe shoulder width apart. You're in Sphinx pose. So relax the shoulders down, giving a nice back bend here. Couple of breaths here, keeping the chest open. If you want to increase the stretch, imagine that you're pulling your elbows towards yourself, keeping them on the floor, but they're pulling towards your motion, and you'll feel that opening up a little bit more in the chest. We'll incorporate a side sphinx. So turn your right forearm 45 degrees and bring your left arm beside the chest and then push up, coming round to one side, but keeping both hips on the floor. Keeping the chest raised. You'll have a nice stretch down one side of the back. We're going to come down and then bring the hands either side of the chest. Look down, and then as you inhale, you're going to lift your shoulders up, your chest up, and your hands. Keeping your shoulders back. We're strengthening the back here. And remember to breathe. Don't hold your breath. And on your next exhale, lower to the ground. Bring the forearms back in contact with the floor, back into Sphinx. Just staying here for a couple of breaths. Pull the elbows back. And then we'll do a side Sphinx. So bring the left arm at 45 degrees. Bring the right arm out beside the chest. Push up so that your right hand side is coming away from the floor, but keep both hips pressed into the floor. And you'll control here over how much you stretch the back, depending on how much you come up and how much you straighten that right arm. And then slowly lower to the ground. Put both hands on the floor beside the chest and push up onto all fours, But then keep going, walk your hands back until you're sitting on your heels. Bring your hands behind you, pushing the hips up, opening up the chest. You can let the head fall back. Close down the eyes. And you're not collapsing here and sitting on your heels, you're pushing your hips forward. So bring the chin down to the chest, and that should sink the hips down. Come back onto all fours. From here, you're going to tuck the toes under, and we're going to push up into a first downward dog. So your feet are about hip distance apart. Fingers are spread wide. You can have a slight bend in the knee if you find it difficult to straighten the legs. But you want to feel as if you're pushing the hips backwards and upwards. And your chest should feel as if it's pushing towards the thighs. And you can paddle the feet out, so lift one heel up And then the other, so walk the feet. Then look forward between the hands. Pick up the left foot, bring the weight forward, and then bring the left foot forward between the hands. Drop the knee, uncurl the toes, and then come up into a low lunge. You might want to bring the foot forward so that when you sink your hips down, you're really opening up the front of the back hip. So just take a moment to check your alignment. Your heel should be directly underneath your knee. Bring your hands on top of the thigh. Then take a deep breath in, lifting the arms up, really stretching the torso up to the ceiling. And then as you exhale, you're going to twist round to the left. So bringing your elbow just to one side of your knee, helps to kind of hook on. And that can help you to twist. So deep breath in. And as you exhale, maybe you can twist a little bit more and bring your gaze over your left shoulder. So come back, hands to the floor, tuck the toes under, and we're just going to push back into downward dog before doing the lunge on the other side. So just take a couple of breaths in downward dog, feeling how the posture works for you today. And then you're going to pick up your right foot, bring your weight forward, and then place the right foot in between the hands. And as before, you might want to work your foot forward a little bit before you drop the knee, so that you can really feel the stretch properly in the left hip. So lifting the torso up, really sinking the hips forward. And once you feel you've got a really nice stretch there, as you inhale, lift up the arms, exhale, bring the hands in prayer and twisting round to the right. Not collapsing through the torso. Using the breath to see if you can twist a little bit more. Deep breath in, and as you exhale, bring your hands to either side of your foot, tuck toes under on your back foot, and then you're going to come back into downward dog. Pushing the hips up and back. So this time you're going to lift up your right foot up towards the ceiling, bend at the knee. So again, opening up in the hip. Then look forward between the hands, bring the weight forward and bring the right foot in between the hands. Pivot the back foot 45 degrees. Then bring the torso up. And you want to turn your hips so that they're facing the long end of the mat. So your hips aren't facing forward anymore, facing the long way. And then once you're there, lift up the arms. And as I said, you're your own best teacher, so you just decide if your legs are far enough apart, you want your knee to be directly above your ankle. Once you feel you've got the right position, push your pinkies back, opening up your chest. Your arms should be parallel to the ground. And once you're ready, look out towards the middle finger of your outstretched front arm. So really feeling as if the right knee is kind of staying open. It's got a tendency to want to come in, and really pushing through the outer edge of your back foot. Just another couple of breaths here. Now you're going to take your right forearm, put it above the knee, palm up, and then bring the left arm over the ear, palm down. And you're twisting, looking up at the ceiling. Just another couple of breaths, stay strong. And then you're going to come back up, so the legs stay in the same position. Come back into warrior two. And then from here, we're going to cartwheel down, hands to the floor, heel, back heel will come up. Push the right foot back up into downward dog. And we'll just stay here, catch your breath for a couple of minutes before repeating on the other side. If you would like, just go down into child's pose. If you would like a little rest. So you can use downward dog as a sort of resting pose to catch your breath. So when you're ready, take a deep breath in, look forward between the hands. Oh, we're picking up the left leg first. Excuse me, bend the left leg at the knee, opening up the hips. Really stretching through the arms. Nice full body stretch. Look forward between the hands. Bring the left foot in between the hands. Pivot the back right foot. And then when you're ready, bring up the torso. Check your knee is directly above your ankle. Opening up the arms. You want to feel nice and stable in the legs. Nice and relaxed in the upper body. And we'll move from here into extended side angle. Put the left forearm above the knee, palm up. Bring the right arm over the head, palm facing down. Twisting the torso to look up at the ceiling. Staying strong in the legs. Then keeping the legs where they are, come back into warrior. And from here, we'll bring the hands to the floor, pick up the right heel, push back into downward dog. And from here, we'll come down into child's pose. So drop the knees, uncurl the feet. And you can either go into a traditional child's pose, so keep the knees together, or if you would like, bring the knees to the edges of the mat, big toes together, and sink down into child's pose. So relaxing here, close down the eyes. Focus on the breath. If you made an intention at the start of the class, it's a nice time to repeat it now. Letting the hips sink back towards the heels. And come back onto your hands and knees. I'm just going to thread the needle. So from your hands and knees, picking up the left arm as if you're pulling a bow, so elbow pointing up to the roof, then stretching up and twisting. Come back down. And try and keep your hips stacked over your knees here. It's really easy to sink back. You're trying to maintain that position. Come back down, and then one last time, lifting the arm up, stretching round, then threading the needle through, bringing the side of the face, the shoulder to the floor, keeping the hips up. If you would like, it's quite nice to raise the right arm up above the head. Close down the eyes. Bring the right hand back beside the face to help yourself up. And then we'll repeat on the other side. So with the right arm, lifting up, elbow up, stretching up to the ceiling and back down. Inhale, lifting the arm up. Exhale down. Last time, inhale up. Exhale, bringing the arm through, keeping the hips up. If you would like, bring the arm up overhead. Try and relax the shoulders here. Quite often you keep them really tense. If you can feel that, just relax them. Bring the hand beside the face. Come back onto all fours. And we're just going to lower down onto our bellies. And this time we're going to take the hands out in front. Hopefully, I don't know if you can hear me, but I want you to keep your forehead to the ground. I might pick mine up so that you can hear what I'm saying. So, but with your forehead to the ground, I want you to pick up your left leg and your right arm, keeping them straight and extended. So we're using the back here and then lower down. And then we'll swap, so left arm and right leg raised, engaging the glutes, but also using the back. And then lower. We'll do once more on either side, so left leg, right arm, lifting up and lower. Then right leg, left arm, lifting up and lower. So keeping your forehead to the ground and down. And now two options. You can either bring the hands back here, that makes it slightly easier, and you'll be lifting up the feet and the arms, or you can extend the arms, lifting up, the forehead's coming off the ground but not far, and you're really just trying to raise the arms and the legs Then exhale, lower everything to the floor. Bring the hands beside the chest, push up onto all fours, and then just drop the buttocks until you're in a sitting position. Okay. So we're going to do a forward fold. In fact, let's keep both feet outstretched first. You might want to kind of pull the butt cheeks back a bit so that you get nice. So the sitting bones are pressing into the ground. Roll the shoulders back so you're nice and elongated in the spine. You bring your hands just to the knees. So inhale, lengthening. Exhale, we're going to fall forward, but keep your back straight. So you don't want to curve over this time. Coming forward, straight back. That means that you're bending, you're pivoting really from the hips. So you won't come forward too far. It's all coming from the hips and not from the spine. But use the breath as usual. Deep breath in. And exhale, maybe you'll come forward a little bit more. You can have your hands on your shins. You might be able to put 2 fingers in between your big toe, the next one. And to come up, just as you breathe in, slowly, slowly, you might want to walk your hands up your leg. Now you're going to take your right foot, press it in. If you can, ideally you want to press the sole of your foot as hard into your thigh as you can, but that kind of depends on your flexibility in your knees. Just do what you can, maybe it'll be just your toe that's touching. So, facing towards the foot, inhale, lengthen, exhale, coming forward. Trying to keep the knee pressed down. And this time we can bring in a bit of a bend to the spine. So inhale, lengthen, look forward, and exhale, you can drop the head. Close the eyes. So you can hold on to the ankle, you can hold on to the toes, but as you're kind of your own teacher, what you can try is to just see what it feels like. Take your right hand, and if you actually cross it over towards the left, you should feel quite a difference in where you feel that stretch, particularly along the back. By doing that, you'd incorporate a stretch along the side of the back. So just see what it feels like, or else you can just be going straight, bending forward, straight ahead. So then walk the hands. Always come out of a forward fold really slowly because they're very intense. Come up. Now this time, bring the sole of the foot to the floor. Hold on to the foot. Take a deep breath in and extend the foot. I'm just going to turn around slightly so that you can see. So you might be able to hold on to the foot, and you want to kind of keep the shoulders back. You don't want to be pulling over too much. But if that's not comfortable, you can hold on further down the leg. And as usual with any stretch, inhale, lengthen, so you can feel as if you're pushing the heel away from you. And as you exhale, maybe the leg will come a little bit closer towards you, but don't force it. And then gently lower the foot back down. Bring both feet, both legs out in front again. We'll do the same forward stretch from the hips, forward fold. So inhale, roll the shoulders back, and we're keeping the back straight again this time. And as you exhale, fall forward. So really bending forward from the hips. Close down the eyes. Inhale, walk the hands back. And this time, you're going to bring the foot of the left foot in towards the thighs. And for me, this one won't press, my heel won't go into the thigh, but it's just my toes. But that's what I'm aiming for. So face your heart towards your outstretched leg. Take a deep breath in, lift the arms up. Exhale, fall forward. And again, I'm trying to keep that left knee down. Just for me, it's not really having any of it, but that's my intention. I'm thinking about pushing it down. Deep breath in, lengthen towards, as if your chest's lengthening towards your toes. Exhale, forward fold. Closing the eyes, focusing on the breath. So to come out, look at your toes. Gently walk your hands up. Bend the knee. Bend the right knee. Bring the sole of the foot to the floor. See if you can hold on to your foot. Nelson, you're right in the way. Take a deep breath in, and as you exhale, straighten up that leg. You might be able to hold on behind your foot, but otherwise, I don't reach as well on this side. I'm not as flexible. You can hold on at the calf. Try and keep the shoulders down, chest open. So as ever, on the inhale, lengthening the leg, maybe by pushing the heel away from you. And as you exhale, see if you can guide the leg any closer towards you. Keeping the shoulders relaxed and down. So gently bend the leg down. Don't have too much time. So spin the legs round. And we're just going to windscreen wiper the knees. So let your knees drop to the right and then the left, all the way towards the floor. Try not to collapse in the torso. The right and to the left. One last time, right and left. And now gently, we're going to lower ourselves, gently down to the ground. Do a quick stretch here. So just raise the arms up above the head. Hold on to your right wrist with your left hand. Just going to add just what we're doing next thing. So cross your right leg over your left leg. And then move your shoulders over towards the left. Take a deep breath in, and as you exhale, just gently pull on that right wrist with your left hand. Just nice stretch down the left, nothing too extreme. We've nearly finished now. Come back to center, move your shoulders back in, cross the legs the other way, move the shoulders over to the right, lift the hands up above the head, hold on to the left wrist with the right arm, or with the right hand, and then just gently pull. Should feel a nice opening down the left hand side. Come back to center. We'll finish with the twist. So pick up both feet, point them straight up to the ceiling. Bring the arms out to the side with a bend at the elbows. Bend the knees. Take a deep breath in. And then as you exhale, let the knees and the hips fall over to the left. And you might want to cross one foot over the other here. Your legs kind of feel that they're hanging, if they don't really reach towards the knees, don't reach to the side. Close down the eyes. You want to keep your right shoulder pressing into the floor. On the next inhale, gently roll onto your back. Uncross the feet if you've crossed them. Straighten out the legs again. Bend them, take a deep breath in. And as you exhale, allow the knees to fall over to the right. Close down the eyes. Slowing down the breath. Trying to release any tension. Just notice. Check that your shoulders are relaxed, your chest, your thighs. And as you inhale, roll onto your back, give your knees a quick hug. Maybe roll from one side to the other, then stretch out for Shavasana. So bring your heels to the edges of the mat, so nice and generously apart. That will help relax your thighs. Bring your arms outstretched either sides. Fingers gently curved. If they're not already closed, close down the eyes. And as at the start of class, we'll just take 3 cleansing breaths. So deep breath in through the nose, and then out through the mouth. In through the nose, and out through the mouth. Last time, inhale, and letting it all out. Exhale through the mouth. Allow the breath return to normal. Breathing in and out through the nose. feeling the sensations of the air as it breathes in through the nostrils, fills up the chest, fills up the belly, and then the sensation as the belly falls back, chest falls back, and the air flows out the nostrils. So continue to focus on the passage of the breath through the nostrils, chest, and belly. And then as it retreats through the belly, chest, and nostrils, inhaling through the nostrils, chest, belly, and then the sensation of the air as it follows the journey in reverse and leaves the body. And as you follow that journey of breath, I want you to bring your awareness to that point where the inhalation changes, pauses momentarily, and becomes the exhalation. And then again, that moment of pause and stillness where the exhalation reverses and becomes the inhalation. By focusing the awareness on that moment, that change in that cycle of breath, you can identify that moment of complete calm and stillness and pause as the breath stops and changes from one pattern to the next. So on your next cycle of breath, take a really deep inhalation. Send that energy to the tips of your fingers, your toes, allowing them just to make tiny movements. And allow those movements to become bigger. Move your fingers, your toes. Maybe move your wrists and your ankles. If you would like, you can stretch your arms overhead and your feet pointing away into full body stretch. Then release. One more stretch. And then release. Bend the knees. Bring the soles of the feet to the floor. Rock the knees from side to side. And then when you're ready, roll onto one side. Just rest here for a moment. And when you're ready, keeping the eyes closed, come up into a seated position. Stretch the arms out to either side, opening up the chest. Then bring the hands up to the ceiling, palms together. Place the hands down until they're in front of the chest. Bow the head. Namaste. Thank you very much. I hope you enjoyed.